Some culture is what we need. Episode 14 is Honor of Kings, a multiplayer online battle arena video game by Tai Studio Group and published by Tencent Games for the iOS and Android. That's right, this never came to consoles. This is officially my first ever mobile game on this channel. It came out first in China on November 26th of 2015, then in Brazil on March 8th of 2023, then in Turkey on February 21st of 2024, then in South Asia on February 20th, 2024, then the rest of the world June 20th of 2024. It took a long time to get here. In Honor of Kings, the idea of the game is to compete to defeat non-player characters and opponents to gain experience points and gold. With experience points, players can unlock their character's abilities or further augment the power of their existing abilities. You start with 3 characters: the marksman, Hu Yi, the mage, Angela, and the tank, Lian Po. However, you need to finish 2 matches in order to have all 3 characters. Curiously, when you check the available characters in the game from launch, the short Yi is nowhere to be found. Though characters from SNK, who would know Terry very well, are front and center. Though for some strange reason, you can only level up to 15. Maybe the reason why is because the number 15 is primarily associated with the concept of fullness or completeness, due to the legend of the Lo Shu grid, where every row adds up to 15, signifying balance and harmony. This connection can also be tied to the idea of the 5 elements: wood, fire, earth, metal, and water being represented in a complete cycle within the grid. Which is all the more interesting that the Way of All Things is about a game within a game. A game played on a board made out of mulberry wood, with crafted black and white pieces made from rhinoceros and elephant bones. Some know it as weiqi, others know it as Go. This encirclement board game was originally played on a 17 by 17 line grid, but a 19 by 19 grid became standard by the Tang Dynasty. In China, Go had an important status among elites and was associated with ideas of self-cultivation, wisdom, and gentlemanly ideals, and was considered one of the 4 cultivated arts of the Chinese scholar gentleman, along with calligraphy, painting, and playing the musical instrument guqian, a long-stringed instrument without frets but movable bridges under each string. As for weiqi, it's an abstract strategy board game that is believed to be the oldest board game continuously played to the present day. Though how you play it is you take the stones, white and black, and you place them on vacant intersections on the board. Once they are placed, stones will not be moved, but captured stones are immediately removed from the board. A single stone or connected group of stones is captured when surrounded by the opponent's stones, all orthogonically adjacent points. The game proceeds until neither player wishes to make another move. When the game ends, the winner is determined by counting each player's surrounded territory along with captured stones and komi, which are points added to the score of the player, with the white stones as compensation for playing second. Games may also end by resignation. However, there is a play in the game with a name you would be very familiar with: Atari. Yes, that Atari. It's a Japanese word which means to hit the target or receive something fortuitously. It is called when they notice a situation where a stone or group of stones only has one liberty. Now that you know how the game is played, let's see how it's utilized in the short. The Way of All Things was based off a short story by Shi Lian Huang, with a teleplay by J.T. Petty, of course. Shi Lian Huang is actually the first woman to be a professional armorer in Hollywood, which is pretty cool, not gonna lie. She also completed a degree in mathematics at MIT. Oh, she's a mathematical thinker. She also goes by the name of Lisa, to make things easier. As for writing credits, she won the Hugo Award for her story As the Last I May Know. And naturally, her characters reflect her background in the mathematical sciences. So now, let's take a look at The Way of All Things, based off the world's most popular MOBA. From the get-go, we learn that Yi is in fact an orphan, adopted by the people of Chang'an City themselves. At first you're confused because why does he have black hair? Then you start to realize this is an origin story. For you see, his name Yi actually means go, and his full name is Yi Xing. In the games, he is in fact a mage, who was saved by a mysterious figure known as the Peony Diviner. In this short, however, he is just a disgruntled member of the city, as the city is being held together by a supercomputer called Tiangong, which means Heavenly Palace or Sky Palace. I have to respect Lisa here. She actually gives Yi a motivation for trying to fix the city. It's falling apart. The fact that she did that makes it a far cry from the other shorts. I also love that J.T. Petty and crew actually remember to give Yi his lifelong love of weiqi, being the game that he chooses to play against Tiangong with. However, when we meet the physical form of Tiangong, we get the impression that this entity will play any game in order to gain control of the city, including dominoes. But there's a catch. Every game they play affects the fate of the city as they play, where Yi has to learn the truth of what actually happened to his parents. He also has to deal with a supercomputer that can observe any point of time itself, using that insane power in order to drive his opponents mad. I gotta give it to Lisa. She really brought the stakes. But then Yi learns the nature of fate, and everything switches to his favor, and he wins the game, gaining his signature blue hair, and restores functionality to the city. But plot twist, Tiangong still functions. Does Tiangong have control over multiple cities? How many Tiangong are there? I feel that this short brings the notion of what it means to be a hero in this universe. Literally, the only issue with this short is that multiple heroes reside in Chang'an City, so that changes up the lore a bit. But they followed all 3 rules of weiqi to the letter. Rule 1, black always goes first. Rule 2, when a stone is played, so that it causes a group of opposing stones to have no liberties, that group is captured. Hence, Atari. Rule 3, a player cannot play a stone to a location such that a previous position is repeated. And that's it. My conclusion? This short is canonically weird, but it was fun.